Yeah, so the way we go is you already know that you are in the shortlist. Yeah. Uh, on the run up to the Golden Spoon Awards. Now you got to tell us. So the jury was there. The tough guys have already asked their questions to you, and you've come this far. Just tell us in brief how it worked. Don't repeat what you said in the morning to the jury, and let's hear it from you.
Sushant,
Yeah,
can
Margarine.
a leader legacy brand be beaten by a challenger brand?
Yes, Margarine. And Dabur Almond Hair Oil proved this in Reliance stores.
Yes, together we have driven and built consumption for almond hair oil in our stores. Dabur, which is a challenger brand in GT with a 5% market share, has 50% market share in our stores. We have driven this with right assortment and 100 ml pack at 49 for driving consumption, a 300 ml pack for driving penetration, and a 475 ml larger pack for the heavy users.
Yes, and along with the right assortment, we did a 360-degree activation right from the florist tag in the right geography where the seeds are, especially in the east and the north. We also participated in the hotspot properties. Apart from this, we did a wide range of influencer activation that leads to a 60 million plus views. We also participated in the strong mainstream events like Hairfest, like Golden Event, which is on 26th Jan, 15th August. And the results,
This resulted into a 67% growth for Dabur and a 50.3% market share. Yeah.
so that's the story of a challenger brand beating the legacy and becoming a champion from the Dabur Almond Hair Oil and the Reliance Smart Point partnership.
So, two questions for you. Mazrin, the extra margin that he gave you during the event, does it end with the Coca-Cola Golden Spoon Award or does it continue after that?
So it will always continue.
Certainly it will.
She's saying it on stage. Yeah. The second question, again, to her. You're talking about a challenger and a leader brand, and the challenger brand getting so much share. Tomorrow, don't you have a meeting with the leader brand, and how are you going to handle that?
We will grow the category and both the brands will grow together.
What I find very encouraging is a typical legacy brand house like Dabur learns to play challenger, changes its mindset, and is able to fight and gain market share just the way a startup or a newbie brand would do. That to me, as a supermarket wala and as a brand builder, is a good trait, and it'll stand you in good stead because you're going to face a lot of challenges in your core categories as well. And knowing the muscle of being a challenger is a good idea.
Couldn't agree more, sir. And very well articulated.
So congratulations, and I think some of
Thank you
these,
so much.
the fact that brand shares when brands and retailers work together, brand shares can be significantly shifted, even in categories like hair oil, is the lesson for all of us to learn. Lovely, thank you.
Thank you,
and all the best.
everyone. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. We got the hair care out of the way before you came in.
I thought hair care is not part of foods. And I was waiting for the beer. When will we include beer as part of the foods? Tell me that first.
You know, I kept saying, why can't we get Diageo over here?
Diageo is a very large food company, right?
Exactly.
That's
And-
Dheeraj Arora for you.
Good evening. Yeah, ye to ekdam, I can see it's the end of the session. Yeah. I have traveled 3 hours. I seem to have more energy. Good evening. Very nice. That was very nice. Good evening to DM.
Good evening, good evening.
And I take always the liberty of doing these sessions with him. But over to you, sir, for the next one. I don't want to take too much time. I know everybody is waiting for the finale.
Yeah. So the next.
You know, this is
next
what
three-
happens. He comes in 20 minutes late and then he makes a 20-minute speech.
It was a 20-second.
Okay, next up we have Kellogg's Muesli and Smart Bazaar.
Yeah, your story.
Hello. So myself Mukesh, I'm representing Reliance Smart Bazaar.
I'm Suresh, I'm representing Kellogg Muesli.
So the reason why we are here is for the partnership of Kellogg's Muesli and Smart Bazaar. Just to give you a heads up how the entire idea incepted in our minds. One day we both overheard a conversation among two friends, Geetaji and Sandra. So Geetaji had few questions in her mind and she was looking for a beautiful option for her family, which post-COVID can be a healthier options because she wanted to give something healthy to eat to her husband in the morning. One of the family members was a patient of diabetes, so she wanted a zero added sugar option also. And some buzz were going on in the market about protein intake, millet, and high fiber multigrains. So she wanted a complete solution to that. We sat together, and Sandra provided us the answers.
So, I overheard Sandra actually. What Sandra says to her friend, सुनो तुम्हारे जीवन में problems बहुत हैं, but I have a friend which has solution, and that friend is Smart Bazaar. You can come there. There is another guy which is actually working really hard there to give us that option, that option of a beautiful breakfast solution, and that option is Kellogg Muesli. You can visit that store, buy whatever variant you want, a no sugar muesli, a millet muesli, probably somebody diabetic in your family. They also tell you that जो बादाम तुम अलग से खरीदती हो, जो oats तुम अलग से खरीदती हो, everything is there in that same packet. If you have less money, you can go for a trial pack. If you have no money to spend immediately and you want to check the product first, you can go there and खाना खा के भी check कर सकती हो, sample करके, and then you can decide कि तुम्हें ये healthy option opt करना है कि नहीं करना.
One important aspect, one very important aspect, generally 90% of the Indian household do not understand the meanings of muesli. So आपको oats बोलो तो कुछ समझ में आता है, cornflakes बोलें तो समझ में आता है. But many of the people don't know what exactly is the literal meaning of muesli. It is basically a mix of lot of healthy articles. So biggest challenge with us was to make customer educate about the ingredients of muesli. So the first and foremost step which we took inside our stores was a complete demystification of muesli. So we encouraged establishing some secondary displays wherein we put all the ingredients which are basically included in the muesli, and we call it as Power of 12. Kellogg's also helped us rebranding their pack into a Power of 12 pack, wherein we highlighted each ingredient of that muesli component delivers what nutritional value. That was one aspect. Another thing was earlier, 2.5 years back, the perception was you have to invest 500 to 600 rupees to buy 1 kg of muesli. We brought that a little convenient. We started focusing on mid packs and small packs more. As a result, earlier, around 70% of the business used to come from large pack. Now, around 55% of the business comes from the mid pack, which are like 350 to 450 gram in size. Another big thing was, whenever someone used to talk about muesli, the figures used to come to our mind, 90% fruit, nut and seed, 75%. The race was such like that it could have gone to 120% fruit, nut and seeds. That is not the actual story because the muesli part was missing into that. So what we started doing, we started changing the entire message of that. We started using millet into that. We started highlighting protein as a component. We started highlighting added sugar as a component. How much is the added sugar? All those the terms which were making buzz. And a result to that, 2 years back, the entire story was 75% of the market was fruit, nut and seeds. Now 55% of the muesli category is dominated by value-added muesli, which is your zero sugar, millet, protein and chocolate variants. Everything is growing very fast, wherein fruit, nut and seeds are growing handsomely at 25 to 30%. The value-added variants are growing at 200 to 250% YOY growth. That is how the share mix has changed. And obviously, the sir would ask me that tomorrow the leader brand will come to your office, then what will be the negotiation? The story started with some of the challenger brand. The good part is the leader brand
Actually,
is
it okay.
already into the game from last 1 year, and after Kellogg's coming into the scenario, the growths have been exponential for us.
Yeah. And what we've been also able to do is just add few lakhs of shoppers to the category, which is a win from Kellogg's lens, where we actually want to create a futuristic scenario of probably 5 times of penetration in the households. Right. So we have a long-term view in the partnership that we have right now, and we want to excel on what we've been doing so far. Thank you.
Thank you. धीरज दुनिया बदल रही है.
Sir,
You have a retailer who is talking about product formulation, benefits, पता नहीं क्या confusion हो रहा है. And you have a brand वाला talking about bill penetration and things like that. ये देखो, we used to hear about these things as ये तुम्हारा काम है, ये मेरा काम है, ये मेरा fight है, ये मेरा fight है. अब देखो क्या हो रहा है.
Yep.
गुड राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज फॉर यू. देखिए दुनिया कितनी बदल जाए लेकिन कुछ चीज़ें नहीं बदलती हैं. ये गीता और सैंड्रा का आपने ओजी जो है वो पता है ना कौन है? हु इज द ओजी क्रिएटर ऑफ
We know
गीता एंड सैंड्रा?
Yeah, we know.
आपने कॉपीराइट्स लिए कि नहीं ओजी क्रिएटर से?
No, I believe he would be very happy if a brand talks that.
तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें बदल जाती हैं, but there are stories and anecdotes like Geeta and Sandra which never change because they are created by masterminds. Yeah, so great.
You can say, if you know it at all, you can say what Geeta and Sandra stand for.
Yeah, see,
I've tried to educate you often, but you can try.
yeah, see, nothing wrong with you. It is about me absorbing the education well, which has faltered, and I will let the OG explain it to you guys once again. What is the Geeta and Sandra story?
क्या होता है these brand वालास, no? They talk about SEC and क्या LSM, living standard measures. उसमें there is no texture to the whole thing. So therefore we said, in order to define different types of customers, we said Sandra from Bandra and Geeta from Goregaon or Gorai. As the simple profile of the mindset of people who think differently, behave differently. So that became a way in which the retailers and brand guys started talking. I thought it would last the period when I was trying to simplify things for my complicated and smart HUL colleagues that time from like Dheeraj. But it seems to have the Geeta and Sandra analogy
That
seems
was
to
under
have
the belt.
lasted many years and gone across the industry.
So yes, very good job done in explaining, yeah, and really taking the Geeta and Sandra journey forward, and I'm sure you will have a great success on this one. Congratulations on it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Dheeraj, ये अच्छा है ना? The hard work has been done by the jury members. They have done the assessment, number dena, who is the winner, who is the loser. They seem to have done it. All we get to do is to have fun and at the cost of all these smart people who are coming and telling their story.
Let me clarify. You're having fun at my expense. सारे के सारे under the belt मुझे लग रहे हैं तब से.
Okay, I just want to say, as a quick disclaimer, do not use the Sandra from Bandra and Geeta from Goregaon story anymore. You will get sued. Trust me. No longer politically correct. However, what we do have politically correct coming up next is Wakefield and Smart Bazaar.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi,
This is
good evening.
Anuj Srivastav representing Smart Bazaar.
This is Prince Maheshwari representing Wakefield. So Wakefield being a 69 years old brand. So when we met Reliance team, Zubin, Anuj, one question came from their side. What you can do to put the pasta in each and every basket of my consumer? What differentiated thing you can do? So first, as a sales guy, first thing which come in mind, discounting कर देंगे चला जाएगा, buy one get one कर देते हैं, MRP बढ़ा देते हैं. But then we given a thought on that, कि is it the right way? Is it a long-term way to it? Then we identified the issues, that what are the key issues, that why people are not consuming pasta more and more, why the penetration is so low. When we gone into it, we identified that people are not consuming because people are not aware people think it is a very premium product. They think that it is for certain occasions only. Considering all these points, we designed an activation in collaboration with Reliance. So firstly, we identified a pack, which is in my hand, which is pretty transparent pack. It is clearly mentioning that it is having 100% pure durum wheat, it is having protein in it, and it is good for your health. So I can proudly say it's a healthy packaged food in my hand. So one thing which we identified, the product issue we sorted. Then I...
So one more problem which
yeah.
was there, so with your permission, again, I'm using the Geeta ji's name over here because, most of the Sandra ji's, they were using this product, but unfortunately, because of some price point issue or something, our, Geeta ji, which is also a very important customer for us, they were not using it. Okay, so we have given this opportunity to Geeta ji also come and buy it from Smart Store. We wanted to generate the trials with the price point. So 360-degree activation. So we have communicated well in the store so that, every customer who is coming in, they are aware that we are doing something different what we used to do in pasta, and we gained share from there.
So one of the biggest beauty of this activation was we had deployed 180 plus B school students plus more than 45 promoters, which was equal to more than 4,700 man days during the activation, who had worked tirelessly across stores, and they were speaking to consumers, they were guiding the consumer what is in it in your hand. And each and every consumer, so our conversion rate was almost every third and fourth consumer was converting. So that kind of conversion rate was happening. So we identified that if you communicate well with the consumers, you guide well, you give them a right pricing, you can win. So win is in your hand. So we priced it at only 81 rupees a kg, which was a steal deal.
And that was almost equivalent to a loose pasta. And the results, we did a 5 days activation in that particular month, and we have sold the quantity which we used to sell in a month. So this was the result. And definitely, this has gone to many households. And to check that, we continuously, check the subsequent months and days that how it is trailing again. So what was the result?
Bill penetration increased from 9% to 11%, which was consistent. 11% is post-activation penetration. Our growths, volume growths were more than 34%. Of this 34%, 92% was contributed by Wakefield. And it is consistently growing at the same pace. Number of cards which we had reached were more than 4.5 lakh exclusive cards which we had reached. So the penetration drive which we wanted to do, we had got the success through it, and it was continuous.
And we'll keep continuing doing this.
So we designed a calendar along with Reliance that how we can do a better and long-term partnership which is sustainable, not a blip in the game, but it should be consistent and the result-driven deals.
And we ensure that this success story will be repeated again, and we'll beat these numbers again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well done. I can see next year is Roy. You will have to change the name to Geeta and Sandra Food Forum. Okay.
Sorry.
बोलिए,
No.
please. यार देखो, pasta I get. A question to you. What's the difference between an Arabiata and an Alfredo pasta?
Sir, it depends on the sauce which you are using it and the variety of pasta you are using. So there are different kind of pasta. So some are macaroni, but this is one of the variety. Then there are differentiated shapes and how you make it with the different kind of sauces.
And you taught all this to the promoters that were doing it?
No, sir. We were talking to the promoters or to the mass consumers who eat it daily. People use macaroni with the milk as a breakfast also. People use macaroni as a poha. People use macaroni as their energy booster for fulfilling their mid-meal break.
Good, I didn't get my daughter here.
Yeah, Dheeraj, I can see the look on your face when you hear that.
The trigger, Dheeraj, and then this time I'm not joking, I'm serious, yeah, so might as well listen to me. I was in Bhimavaram, Andhra mein hai. And I was having a thali meal for lunch. And one of the vegetables, which is curries, actually instead of potatoes had macaroni in it. I said, if a thali in Bhimavaram is using pasta in such a mainstream way, then we should learn to sell it in a mainstream way. And we worked with the real winner in pasta, which is Wakefield. Fortunately, legacy brands like Wakefield also listen to retailers like us. And that's a change again. Brands are able to shape their SKUs based on retailers' recommendation. It happens now across categories. And uske baad, as he mentioned in passing, we said, sell it loose as well. Just the way people buy dals, you can buy pasta. So I think that's the way of mainstreaming with the brand leader in this category.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen. Quick question. Are there any Geetas or Sandras in the room? Geeta? Anyone called Geeta? Anyone want to change their name to Geeta? We're giving away royalties every time your name is mentioned on stage. Okay. They weren't in the room when we first started, so let's get up Dabur Healthcare and Apollo Pharmacy.
Hi sir, my name is Siddharth and I am from Dabur India Limited, and he is Nitin, he is from Apollo Pharmacies.
Hi, myself Nitin from Apollo Pharmacy.
And our story is about a very strong energy and synergy in health supplements category with a pharmacy player like Apollo. Apollo is currently one of the biggest modern trade pharmacy player with 7,000 stores and a network of almost 900 crores FMCG sales on MAT level. And Dabur being a true leader and dominant in the categories of health supplements, giving honey and DCP with 60% plus market share from many years. So we thought of taking this to another level when we introduced different variants of honey. We introduced around 5 variants of honey and 5 variants of DCP this year. And we could list them and link them in almost 50% plus stores. And a major part of our growth story was coming from different variants. And how we got that benefit in Apollo was, in Apollo, they do Sunday health camps.
Yes,
In Apollo, they
30%
do a
stores
lot
will cover
of promoter activity in which they educate the consumers to buy for a diabetic or a BP patient to buy this particular type of variant. So organic honey, Sundarbans honey was being used across stores. Then our premium Chyawanprash was being launched in different metro cities. And then they were suggesting you should prefer a Chyawanprakash, which is sugar-free, or you should prefer a Khajur Prash instead of a regular Chyawanprash so that your health benefits are taken care of. And for children, maybe the original variant works the best. So that is how we tried to build this story. And when I talk about numbers, we got 60% plus growth.
Yes.
And we also could increase our category share along with increasing overall category sales.
So major, we have 24/7 service with the 19 minutes of delivery. So deliveries of grocery 10 minutes, medicine we are delivering that 19 minutes. So it's a very main key point we are achieving our targets in business.
And also, they were in 500 pin codes in 24/7 1 year back. Now they are in 1,500 pin codes. And in this journey, Dabur has partnered from the very beginning, designing all the descriptive content, designing all the category content, participating, being the first participant in all the payday sales, add to cart notifications, push notifications, entire work that has happened on the quick commerce side of pharmacy business. So that's how we built this synergy, and we got the benefits of it. We continuously, I think from last 12 months now, month on month, our share within the category is growing and the category is expanding upwards of 25%.
Dabur is going by 25-26% on month. In business, we are going by 26%.
The part that I loved in this story, Dheeraj, is how seamlessly they went from stores and Sunday camp to quick commerce and deliveries.
Right, boss.
That's the new way. This is a seamless place in which you can now ask your pointed questions.
No pointed question. Yeah, what you're saying is right. Really loved not just the product, but the place and the delivery or the service part coming together, which is brilliant. You spoke about 5 variants of honey, which you have introduced. Would love to hear what these 5 variants were.
So within honey, there is a honey original, there is honey Sundarbans, there is honey organic, there's real honey, and there's honey for kids.
There's honey for kids. Oh, I thought you started adding variants of ginger, and I was hoping something like that will come, but I'm sure that is somewhere down the line. But that's your new NPD idea. Yeah. So from honey, you can move to honey, ginger, and stuff,
I'll definitely take
which
to
will
the
which will
category team.
which will further improve my speaking oratory skills. Yeah, but good, very good. Congratulations. And you spoke about the quick commerce
Right.
part.
Yes, boss.
Do people really need honey in 90 minutes?
Yes, we delivered.
No, you deliver.
Yes.
How many times do people have the urge to get it in 90 minutes?
Very few times it gets, but if immediately we deliver that.
Okay, I'll answer from. पहले उसका साइन लेके आओ जिसको आटा 10 मिनट में चाहिए होता है.
And it's
If somebody can buy atta in 10 minutes, honey also in 10 minutes.
Thank God. उसका साइन नहीं पूछा जिसको हेयर कलर 5 मिनट में चाहिए बट yeah, and why I say that is now I represent a hair coloring company, so I got saved this time. DM didn't take the punch on me. Thank you so much for that. And congratulations and best of luck.
Thank you.
So
And the
say,
timeline is
because
squeezed to
for a
19.
change this time, Smart Bazaar or Smart Point are not on the stage. I would make a point to all the brand wallas in the room. The numbers being talked about, 30% growth, 300% increase, are possible only with modern trade. Don't even try it in general trade.
That is true, and I agree with you for a change.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good, congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir.
Next, we have Saffola and Smart Bazaar.
And while they come up, there's a common trend I'm seeing. The Smart Bazaar guys are using the OG analogy of Geeta and Sandra. The non-Smart Bazaar people are not. You are at a disadvantage, let me tell you, twice over.
No Sandra and Geeta. Okay.
Royalties will be
Change
due.
your script.
Hello, I'm Nitin from Smart Bazaar.
Hi, I'm Pallavi from Saffola. So 2 years ago, we sat together in a room, a challenge at hand. Growth tapering, variety being limited. The task at hand was simple. Do we accept defeat at the hands of new breakfast categories coming in, trying to take in the share, or do we pivot? And pivot we did. Together, we identified the challenges. The first one in masala oats. Being such a huge player at that time only, there were only 2 packs in the category. One for trial and one for mid-pack. We decided we launch 4 new packs with a pack of 4 for penetration at a 49 pricing, utilizing the 49 zone. With a mid-pack at 99 pricing to get new customers in. With a 1 kg to up trade. And the numbers speak for itself. In 1 year, we had 1.6x basket penetration. But the story does not end here. There was a lot of scope to get more variety and more formats. There was a trend of Korean, which the team shared with us. We launched cup Korean, we launched Korean pouch. Something for everyone in the room. Also,
Yeah, now comes to how we take it to the stores, to the customers, final end customers. Then we have the Reliance platform with the different properties we have, like in 49, 99, power of 9 lakh units given, which has given a good boost in terms of the penetration to the customers. Then we have the different events also. GeoMart platform we use for the driving the new penetration from the online customers also. And apart from that, there was a media participation, joint media activities done with the brands, collaboration with Reliance, and that has also resulted in better results with us.
so it all came together, and that's it from our side. Thank you.
So, you can tell me, this whole variety pack that you launched of oats and different flavors, which was a pioneering brand in breakfast, who did it first?
It was earlier, initially it was a Kellogg's started with, and then Saffola had did it very well in terms of masala specialist category as driven by Saffola.
I think the idea of, this is for all of us to learn what we find, and now we do it across categories. We do it in perfumes, we do it in namkeens, we do it in soaps, we do it in Dove also now, where you offer the customer variety, different variants of the same brand, different tastes and different flavors as a combination pack, and it works beautifully for us. Uh, in food brands, it is obvious that different flavors at home, and you can play Ina Bina Dika within the brand itself and choose the flavor that you want. But we find it works with soaps as well as an idea.
I think what's interesting, and this is the third group talking about breakfast specifically, or especially two, between Muesli and Saffola Oats, each trying to get to the center of the plate for the breakfast. Yeah, so there are two meal occasions, which is breakfast and the evening snack, which has really been taken over by the brands. What next for the lunch and the dinner?
So we have healthier option in millets and multigrain, which I think people will definitely try and get into their main meals very soon.
Great, because all the stories I'm hearing, more and more exploitation of the breakfast and the evening snacks.
If you are Saffola, you are part of every meal. Yeah.
That's also true, but that's an ingredient, not the ready to cook. I think there will be a time for ready to cook meals, which will take a lot of space in modern trade, and I think modern trade, along with the brands, will be the space where it will get pioneered next time. But good to see a lot of action in the breakfast journey. Each one of you taking 1.5, 2x kind of multipliers. Each one of you claiming to grow the category. You might want to, DM will have to someday do a loss, a gain loss to say which one actually gave the delta between the three.
All of us together has given the delta.
That's a great answer, and congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Wipro Soft Touch and Smart Bazaar.
So good evening all. My name is Harit. I am from Wipro, representing Soft Touch.
Good evening. My name is Anup Vajpayee. I am representing Sudhir, who is not here because of his personal emergency. Yeah, please.
Yeah, so good evening all. A non-food brand actually in a food forum. So I know that's a pain point to sir, which he already highlighted.
Not at all. I
That's a
love
pleasure
non-food.
point for him.
I love non-foods. Ask her.
Okay, so great. So our simple pitch, we had a problem which we wanted to solve. The problem was same. We had more brands, more SKUs which we wanted. Problem for retailer, they have less space. What do? We want growth and at the same time category growth. How do we come to a same point?
So Harit came to us with multiple items in fabric conditioners, and we discussed, okay, we have limited space, how we can take it forward. We were having one brand, and that is doing fairly well. But Harit was very keen, and we were also keen to extend the category. Then we mutually identified pockets, pack sizes, that in which pocket, which size, which pack size will work. And mutually we have decided that, okay, in West and South, we will go with the mature pack, better fragrance with the small packs. In the regions where the fragrance conditioners is not working very well, we need to recruit customers. So we went with the basic fragrances and smaller packs also.
So basically, same old strategy definition. What not to do is also a strategy. So we went with that same thing that, okay, we will not focus with the basic fragrances in the mature market, which is the South and the West. The newer, the better fragrances will be given to the South and the West market, which is a mature market, a highly penetrated market, while the North and the East part of India, we will go with the basic fragrances and we will not go with the mature fragrances. So newer products and higher pack size to the mature market driving consumption, and smaller pack size basic fragrances to the north and less penetrated market, so that we also get our NPIs in the right market, and basic fragrances also in the non-mature market driving consumption, category growth, as well as our sales growth. So that was the pitch, and it was also towards the global trend which we had seen in Downy and our competitor, which is the competitor we have in this category. So that was the trend. The consumer keeps on maturing to the higher fragrances. So that fragrances were given to the mature market. while the less penetrated and the less mature market went with the basic fragrances. So that was the idea we went with.
So we added, sir, in this, we did power of 9, power of 49 to recruit customers because still fabric conditioners is 10% of the category. I mean, not everybody is using that, where we have participated with Wipro very well. And at the same time, drive through the stores, trolleys and everything that was activated. So those were the activities which we were doing regularly.
Impact, our market share 10 quarters back was around 15%. This year, quarter 2, we finished with a 26% market share in the softer fabric conditioner category. I think it would have hurt the competition.
So it is helping category growth also. We are doing handsomely double-digit category growth in fabric conditioners. And obviously, they are into plus 30s. We are into 20s. So it is, overall gaining both. Category is also growing. Partner is also growing there.
And we also think we add to the bottom line of this. There.
Thank you.
मुद्दे की बात आप आई.
Yeah, so I think that we offer to them.
Dheeraj, itna high wisdom, what not to do is also a strategy. And all politically correct statement we also add to the bottom line of the retailer. ये तो अभी पूरा chapter यहाँ पे दिख रहा है.
ये तो पूरा आपने thesis लिख दिया यार modern trade brand building का. But there's one thing I was most intrigued by. You spoke about perfumes, yeah, more mature fragrance. How did you bring that alive? And I'm sure judges would have asked all of these questions. How did you bring that part alive? Because I've seen and I've learned from brilliant retailers. At the end of the day, store is a theater and you can bring all 6 aspects of the senses alive there. Yours was about fragrance. How did you bring that part alive?
Yeah, so a nice thing. Actually, that was a very valid query that came from the brand retailer team also. So we did 2-3 things. Obviously, we had the smaller packs, which was given to the in-stores promoter to sample to the consumers. There was a new innovation which was suggested by the Alliance team that was of a automatic air diffuser, which is like an air, which could be put up there to test because the fragrance is the main selling point of this. So that automatic air diffuser was put at some points so that consumer who passes on to that place can smell the fragrance, new fragrances. And lastly was like, which Anup had already mentioned, the smaller price point, affordability of like 49 packs or 9 rupees packs, which can give consumer that newer fragrances, power of 9 property, which Reliance has very nicely done. That we got it so that penetration of that newer packs goes to the consumer. So 2-3 things we did.
I think that was a great answer and that was a great activation. And years back I went to Sri Lanka and in the stores I saw how they really brought coffee alive. The same feeling you get when you enter a Starbucks, you would feel that in the coffee aisle. And yes, you've done a great job of ensuring that if fragrance was the differentiator, you brought it alive. Also important, interesting, this is the second group which talked about the power of 9, the 49, the 99. Yeah, let me tell you, this is once a case where the retailer and the manufacturers came together to do the first ever pilot of the pricing of 49 and 99. Actually started with a hand wash pilot of 49 rupees. Yeah, humbly we can say it was HUL and Reliance coming together then. And I can see that pricing in itself has become a property today.
It's a great initiative
actually.
in its
On the path created by pioneers, now hundreds of brands travel. A little thing and learning for the supermarket wallas in the room. The key difference between a platform which is 7-inch glass screen that we have and the stores that we own is the number of senses that can operate. Touch, feel, everybody talks about, but smell, taste, sound, use it liberally because that's the thing for now. I don't know, tomorrow somebody might create a touch and smell out of the app as well. But as of now, that's a differentiator in the experience that the stores have. Let's use it liberally. The brands are also understanding and they're willing to do it. Let's get our customers to do full 360-degree experience with all senses when they come to the store. It'll make their trip to the store worthwhile, and trust me, people like these experiences.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Godrej Fab and more retail.
Are you good?
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Manikant. I'm from Godrej.
I'm Parth. I'm from More Retail.
So, the story that we presented today is about one of those rare occurrences where a very nascent brand has come to a third position through right product, right proposition, and right partnership. So, in terms of product, I'm talking about Godrej Fab. So, it's in a market where most of the liquid detergents call out Matic. Godrej Fab was one of those products which prioritized bucket wash as well. So that became a key differentiator because 80% of the market still prefers, in India, still prefers bucket wash. So that is where we targeted. And in terms of proposition, we made sure that the product is of high quality and affordable to the people. So in terms of partnership with MRL, Parth?
Yeah, in terms of partnership, we started with doing trial packs sampling with the loyalty consumers that are associated with More. We actually reached around 3.5 lakh households across southern part of India, primarily targeting the tier 2 and 3 cities of AP, TN, Karnataka and TG. This actually resulted in roughly 51% of our samples that were actually sampled out, people actually came back and purchased Godrej Fab with us. It resulted in 1.6x in volumes that happened with the Godrej Fab. Eventually, over the past year, the bill penetration of this particular brand actually increased by 90%.
And one of the key differentiators was how it revolutionized even the category as well. So if I go 2 years back, where the per liter pricing of the liquid detergents was close to 194, now it is close to 167. And bringing in an affordable solution which can be catered to a mass segment of the consumers, I think that has been a key differentiator. And when the consumers were able to get a taste of the, by taste I mean an experience of the product through our sampling, what we could see is the retention rate, as Parth has rightly called out, has been close to 50% of the 3.5 households that we were able to reach. So similar trend is what we saw at a national level as well, where after years, if just to give a comparison, if Surf Excel has a retention rate of 70, Fab is now standing at 64, which means of the 100 people who are trying, 64 people are retaining to the usage of Godrej Fab. So similar trend is what we saw during our partnership as well, and the results is how Parth has called out, leading to very high growth and penetration.
What actually worked well for us was in the pockets where we were sampling out Fab from More stores. Godrej actually went back and did a similar activity in the similar pockets in the GT. That actually turned out really well and played into our hands.
Laundry finally.
To a few, okay, first observation and then I will ask you questions. Okay. You're the first group, where the retailer has stood next to the retailer and the brand has stood next to the brand. All the Reliance Smart Bazaar guys, they're so afraid of DM. They were all standing as far as possible. Yeah, so that's an observation, DM. Nothing special. Yeah. So that's one.
So let me complete your observation.
So no inference to be taken from that.
No inferences to be taken. And questions. Okay, first, while you spoke about Fab growing, which is great, didn't hear much about category expansion. Second, didn't hear the last final closing comment of how it helped the retailer in the profitability.
So, right. In terms of, while Parth was talking about 90% plus penetration of Godrej Fab, during the same period, MRL liquid detergents has grown by 47%. So this has driven that growth, is what we are majorly trying to call out. And while the liquid detergent, Fab has grown by 130 percentage, the liquid detergents during the same period have grown by 57 percentage.
Yes, and what actually worked also was we tried and upgraded the consumer that was actually buying a bucket wash powder while actually not diluting the category.
That was a icing on the cake, which you should have mentioned, but congratulations, well done. I think most brands, and I think, okay, this is something which is now I'm seeing as a trend more and more. Brands are not only thinking about growing their own portfolio, but how they can expand the category for the retailers.
Yes.
And I think that's where the true partnership comes alive.
Definitely.
Right? Good. Thank you so much. Over to you.
The amazing thing, and here is, because I'm in my supermarket wala role and not my smart bazaar role, I can say with Fab as a brand, indeed the More team took a bolder bet, the most bold bet amongst all modern retail players, and the result is for all of us, other retailers to follow. The results are there for everyone to see.
For sure.
It's a bold brand. It has changed the color code of the category. It has gone against the color code of the category. It so happens that it's promoted by, it is led by Dheeraj's friend on this side, and it is challenging brands that are cared for by Dheeraj's friends on the other side as well. But it's an interesting story, and kudos to the More team for taking a bet on this ahead of the curve.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I have friends on all sides. But good, and good mention of the general trade being used effectively as well. Thank you so much.
Next, we have Red Label Instant Masala Chai and Smart Bazaar.
This one will be interesting.
Hello. Aligning retailer to retailer, I represent Smart Bazaar, Tanya Kapoor this side. Hi, I'm Nandini. I am from Hindustan Unilever. Of course, I represent Red Label Instant Masala Chai. So before we begin with our story, I wanted to just share a little anecdote about a little boy who always wanted to impress his mother since childhood. Now, he was very brilliant in studies, proper Raja Beta. But one thing which was lacking was mother always would say, "Beta, tum chai अच्छी नहीं बनाते हो, and I would like to have a good cup of tea someday, not made by you, me, myself, someday made by you." Boy tried. Now, after many, many years, suddenly, after achieving everything in life, he's now a big shot celebrity CEO. Still, he couldn't make tea. One day he made, mother was overjoyed. Something has changed. How come my boy started making good tea? What happened? So I think this story will tell you what happened and how that boy now suddenly makes a good tea. Okay, so we'll start with how Tanya and I have built a very, very small category together right here in Smart Bazaar. So we've heard instant is the buzzword, right? Instant everywhere. The amount of searches that are there for instant solutions have gone up. Firstly, why premix? And chai, मतलब chai तो घर में बननी चाहिए. Premix बनी बनाई चाय का क्या कर सकते हैं? The reason premix is because our TG here are working professionals, people who are searching for instant options, people who don't have the avenues to make the right chai and the consistent chai that they want to have on a daily basis. Now, while we do have certain instant options available currently, for example, your tapri wali chai, your tea bag wali chai, or the chai that you can order online, but they're not instant enough. The reason we came up with premix is because we wanted to build something which is consistent and we want to drive it with persistence. Now, how we went about winning with Reliance and Smart Bazaar. We launched it across all stores, so we made it available everywhere. And now our main task first was to bring all our TG audience to the Reliance store, right? And how did we do that? Again, we used media across TV, we used digital, we used influencer activation. We had influencers coming into the store and talking about how your tapri wali chai equivalent at a 99 price point is available in the Smart Bazaar. And we also used other digital platforms like YouTube and connected TV to bring the user first to the store. Now, once the user is in the store, what happens next?
So once the user is inside these stores, we created multiple touch points. As soon as he enters, the chai is available at our property called 99. Next he enters, it's very dominantly displayed in our primary base. Next he goes ahead, it's there cross categories. The categories that we selected are chai friendly categories. What goes with chai? Rusk. What goes with chai? Bread. Probably biscuit. So these are the categories we piggybacked on, so to say, and get that tea to be sampled across all these stores. And hence we created a niche category, and it's growing right now. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Very well done.
No, it's a idea of conviction, and it is also part of the manner in which retailers and their conviction influences brands to accelerate their new product development programs and things of that kind. But now this place is crowded. Everybody wants to do, when Red Label has done premixes, everybody, all other leading brands are doing premixes. How will this pan out? How do you see this playing out?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, again, our main focus, and this is something that we also did, just to elaborate. So we had about 30% of our stores currently having promoters sampling, right? Wet sampling across these stores. And while we saw, within 20 days of the launch, we saw 1,000 units per day as an offtake. We also saw almost 2x offtake in these promoter-driven stores. So the idea is that chai jaise bani hai, agar taste acha rahega, to bik jayegi. That is the idea. Again, so we want to expand our sampling, and we want to have more and more promoter-man stores. So we want to extend it to, say, 70%, 80% odd stores that now Red Label is present in. Again, like I mentioned, our audience here, our TG here is very, very young. People who get targeted with the new age media platforms, which is, say, digital and influencers. And that's how people get to know about, premix tea. So I think that's the idea. We want to drive people to say that ये चाय आपको Reliance में मिलेगी और आप पियोगे तो आपको स्वाद अच्छा लगेगा. So that's the idea. Yeah.
And adding on to what she said, you said a lot of players are coming into this. So sir, the idea
Retailer किसी का सगा नहीं होता है. She's going to be dealing with all the 5 or 6 brands. Sorry.
So the more the people in the party, the more enjoyable the party is. So
Good
everybody.
One. Good one.
So it is enjoyable as a retailer. We really take pride in saying that we are somebody who's put our heart and soul into this category, creating this category. And now after this little success that we have got, others are joining in. So this is a mark of success.
I just have one question. A lot of times we get narrowed down to that sub-segment. Yeah, you would have grown the Red Label Instant. Together, you would have grown the instant premix segment. Has it had a positive influence on the value that you were getting in tea as a larger category?
So currently, it's a very niche and very little segment that is budding right now.
Let's say future. Do you see it adding value in terms of rupees crores to the basket? That's what DM will eventually ask you.
This was the same question probably somebody asked a very relevant instant brand in 1983. Somebody might have asked them as well that time, do you see any value adding in the customer, in the mothers giving instant noodle to their children? But look at what that instant brand has done to the instant category per se. So that is the vision, sir, that we are going ahead with. And I think, yeah, soon this is something that is going to have a huge impact on tea. And now, zamana hi 10 minute ka hai, abhi 10 second mein hum chale gaye hain. So run with the times.
I completely agree. We even offer hair colors for 5 minutes.
Someday we'll get that
Yeah,
too also.
which are shampoo hair colors. Having said that, you must compliment Rajneet and Ishti and the team which has worked on it. My daughter recently went to, so I'll give you another TG. Yeah, my daughter very recently moved out of country for her undergrad, and we got her 3 sets of premixes. Yeah, she is bad at making tea for her own self. Forget the mother. Yeah.
So that boy in my story is standing right beside me.
Oh, he's bad at making tea?
Yes, that was his story.
Yeah,
I didn't know this was coming back to me.
Good. This one, they were not hitting me under the belt. But yeah, we got her 3 different brands of premixes. Eventually, she has liked the red label. The other 2 are waiting to be consumed. They'll be brought back. I think I will have to consume those. Yeah, she's really loved the red label instant tea flavor. Yeah. So you should compliment or you should give that thanks to Rajneet and Ishti.
Yeah.
And yes, there's a big market for it. I'm a big fan of tea, yeah, but a lot of home brewed or tapri. But this time I realized how much tea we had to buy. Imagine she comes after 6 months, 2 per day. Imagine the number of units we have to buy every time to give it to her. So yes, there's a big TG which you may want to target even beyond the mothers. So congratulations, and I'm sure this
Thank
will
you
do
so
well.
much.
Thank you so much.
I heard a
Thanks
very
lot.
nice line this morning and said, what is the difference between tea and chai? Tea is what you have by yourself. Chai koi akela nahi pita. Chai is for sharing. Chai is what brings people together.
That's why the red label tagline, Swad apne pan ka.
Thank you so much.
ये तो brand plug करेगा ही करेगा brand वाला. Come.
Thank you and congratulations.
Next, we have Sherry and Smart Bazaar.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Utkarsh, and I'm representing Smart Bazaar.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I am Jayesh Patel, and I am representing Shirate.
So our story is about India's most loved street snack, that is Pani Puri.
Yes, I would like to brief you little bit about the problem statement. कि problem क्या था लोगों को जब हमने पूछा, means we had a consumer survey, पूछा कि आप जो पानी पूरी अभी खा रहे हैं या जो घर पे ला रहे हैं उसमें FSSAI approved है या नहीं, उसके ingredients क्या है वो आपको पता है, वो कब बनी है, कैसे बनी है पता है, उसकी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग डेट क्या है, सारी चीज़ें इट वाज ब्लैंक, कस्टमर को कोई ट्रांसपेरेंसी नहीं थी. एंड दैट इज़ हाउ वी डेवलप्ड अ पानी पूरी सेगमेंट. आज हम 2 करोड़ पानी पूरी बना रहे हैं रेडी टू फ्राई फॉर्मेट में एवरी डे. एंड जो हमारे SKUs हैं उसमें हमने वैरायटी ऑफ पानी फ्लेवर्स के साथ बहुत सारे SKUs लॉन्च किए टू एड्रेस टू डिफरेंट सेट ऑफ, क्योंकि पानी पूरी में बहुत सारे जैसे नॉर्थ है तो पुदीना ज़्यादा चलता है, साउथ में इमली ज़्यादा चलता है, तो सो वी हैव रेंज ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स डेवलप्ड अकॉर्डिंग टू द कस्टमर पैलेट्स. एंड कमिंग टू द एक्टिवेशंस दैट वी हैव डन, जो काफ़ी ब्रांड्स ने भी जैसे कहा कि 49 जोन या 99 जोन वो सारे हमने एक्टिवेशंस किए, बट जो थोड़े अलग है वो मैं थोड़ा हाईलाइट करना चाहूँगा कि एक तो हमारी जो प्रोडक्ट है उसके बारे में काफ़ी कंज्यूमर्स को पता नहीं है कि पानी पूरी इस फॉर्म में मिलती है. तो उसके लिए हमने क्या किया कि वहाँ पे लाइव सैम्पलिंग करवाया और पावर ऑफ 9 में हमने 8 लाख पीसीज दिए ताकि कस्टमर एक बार घर पे जाके जब खाएगा देन ही कैन फील दैट प्रोडक्ट एंड उसका रिपीट सेल्स आएगा. उसके अलावा हमने मिक्स एंड मैच बीन्स किए ताकि अलग अलग फ्लेवर अगर कस्टमर खुद लेके ट्राई करना चाहे कि मुझे 2 या 3 फ्लेवर्स हैं, मैं अगर कंपलसरी कॉम्बो कर दूंगा तो कस्टमर कई बार फंस जाता है कि मुझे कंपलसरी ये तीनों लेने पड़ेंगे. बट हमने जब मिक्स एंड मैच किया तो उसकी वजह से भी ऑफ टेक थोड़ा ज़्यादा बढ़ा. एंड उसके अलावा वी हैव डन जो सर ने जैसे हाईलाइट किया था कि फ्रेगरेंस डिफ्यूज़र, तो वो भी हमने किया है. विंडो ड्रेसिंग करके हमने कैटेगरी को पूरा हाईलाइट किया, क्योंकि पानीपुरी का कैटेगरी एग्जिस्ट करता है, वही एक पहले सबसेट था. पहले फ्राइम्स की कैटेगरी में ही पानीपुरी को प्लेस किया जाता था, तो वो एक सबसेट हो जाता था. दैट इज़ वेयर वी क्रिएटेड अ एंटायर कैटेगरी हाईलाइट फॉर बाय पुटिंग द विंडो ड्रेसिंग.
So currently Pani Puri is growing at 250% YOY, and it has become 50% within the Fryams category and 40% in value share. So apart from this, the most important activation that we are doing right now is in 500 stores. We are doing category dressing where we are doing category callouts like 0% maida. Since our the pani puri which we are promoting is 100% wheat, and also we have product innovations like ragi pani puri, and also we are coming up with new variants like, so these are fruity flavors like guava, aam panna, hing, garlic. So which will be the first mover advantage for us.
With exclusive pricing and packaging for Reliance, we have given India's most economical pani puri branded segment में 25 पैसे की एक pani puri, which is achievement, and customers have loved this price point, and that is why our sales are so high as he has highlighted. Any questions, sir?
So last year the sales of pani puri were zero. Yeah. So where did the space come from? In your shelves and your base, there was no place for a product called pani puri. So ये कहाँ से आया? क्या हुआ?
So we created that space. So going back to last year, so we had only one dedicated shelf for pani puri. So it was the like first shelf from the bottom. So now we have bought pani puri on eyesight level, and we have dedicated 3 shelves for pani puri. And apart from this, so the differentiator is we have added 200 diffusers. So any customer who is passing by the bay can smell the fragrance of different flavors of pani puri. So that we bring in customer attention.
So धीरज, पता है आप लोग सब ब्रांड वाला रिटेलर्स को बदनाम करते हो that they have finite space, they will not let you enter with a new product. We just heard out of nowhere a completely new product called chai. Instant chai came. Last year sales were nothing, red label. Yeah. 2 years back there was no branded bhel. Same retailers accommodated it. Now we are talking about pani puri. सिर्फ शेल्फ पे नहीं, रिटेलर के दिल में भी जगह होती है. अपील टू इट प्रॉपर्ली तो हो जाएगा.
Very well said.
असल में दिल का रास्ता पेट से ही जाता है, और पानी पूरी के लिए कौन मना कर सकता है. But a special mention to you for the product that you have created. Honestly, when I wasn't aware, you spoke about it, I immediately went on net, checked, and I thought those will be what you get in the halwai already pre-puffed ones. Yeah, but I realized you can microwave them, you can fry them. Very good.
Air fry them as well, roast them in salt or direct on flame.
So, and मैं अभी भी दिल से दिल्ली वाला हूँ. पानी पूरी दिल में ही बसती है हमारे. So I went, quickly checked. Yes, you've created a marvelous product, and no wonder when you have a great product, there is conviction, as DM said, there is conviction, and then the retailer definitely finds that space, and that's where the aisles become infinite in its own way. But what is great is this conviction that has come together for both of you, number one, and second, I think the way you brought together the entire, whether it's the fragrance, whether it's the tasting or the sampling, I think all of it has come together for the success of a category being created in the store. So great work by both of you. Congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you
sure
so much.
I will soon buy it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And finally, we have Coca-Cola and Flipkart.
Hi everyone, good evening. This is Niketa this side from Coca-Cola.
Hey everyone, good evening. I'm Akash. I'm from Flipkart.
All right, so our case is all about So, or I'll just start with, I come from the modern trade. I used to manage modern trade earlier, and then I was just moved to the Flipkart as an ecosystem. So I wanted to understand that, what is Flipkart? So I was also very new in this entire ecosystem. And when I met Akash, Akash is like, we are into Flipkart grocery, and now we are getting into Flipkart minutes. So within 10 minutes, हमें पहुंचाना है stock को. हमारा सबसे पहले problem ये था that, there was a niche category in the beverage category. In the niche category, people and the consumer, they want a healthier product. So they were actually looking for the healthy product, and we had as a Coke Zero, and we wanted to create an awareness. Now this is all about how to create an awareness with a healthy product. Healthy product में Coke Zero तो कर लिया. I'll tell you the story behind it. The consumer and the cohort for us was the Gen Z, and the Gen Z, they want a pizza but beverage chahiye which is healthy, which is Coke Zero. So that's how it actually happened, and we started with it. But it was not a regular Coke, okay? They don't want like a regular temperature Coke nahi chahiye. They want the instant gratification. Because I come from modern trade, instant gratification for me was a promo. Buy one, get one, de do, buy two, get one, de do, or something like that. But here, instant gratification was very different. They want a chilled beverage in 10 minutes. And this was the campaign all about. Flipkart minutes come with like 10 minute solution, and we come up with the healthier product with the instant gratification, which is a chilled Coke Zero. And this is how we just started with the campaign, and over to you, Akash.
So yes, so it's about evolution of consumer preferences, right? So in this time and age and in this sort of a consumer behavior where the gratification is as simple as giving a chilled Coke to a consumer. So that is the problem that we were trying to solve, and this happened right at the time when we were doubling in terms of our capacities, in terms of the dark stores. Convenience is something that we were solving at a company level. We didn't shy away from approaching the Coke team and partnering with them during the summers of 2025 to do this sort of a campaign. So basically, in Flipkart or in any sort of an e-commerce setup, it's about traffic, right? So we deal with traffic in terms of impressions, search volumes, and things like that. So that's where we integrated Coke Zero's portfolio, which was the key sort of a category which we wanted to set up for the platform in itself. So we wanted to do a category creation, and no better partner than the entire Coke team to partner on. And so we had two pieces to it. One is the on-platform piece, and then I think Sir was also mentioning how do we do activate other senses. So in the e-commerce space, we do something called as the off-platform piece, which we do in the form of back branding. We did digital films exclusively with Coke content, where we where we created films creating occasions. So occasion meaning had a tired day after office, it's okay, we can give you a Coke in 10 minutes, chilled one. So occasions like those, or occasions like enjoying with your meal, or prepare for a stress-busting weekend party, and things like that. So the films ran, and then the overlapping social media to it to retarget, and then get them back to the platform and do the end commerce. So the original intent was to build that recall and top of the mind, but eventually resulted in growth in units and sales. So just in terms of numbers, the on-platform piece could be like the search volumes and all grew 2 to 2.5x post the campaign. And then apart from that, the units and sales grew 2x,
Right, 2x.
for the Coke Zero portfolio, while the regular portfolio continued to grow at 1.5, 1.6x as usual during the summers. So that's the collaboration that we presented today.
And the repeat purchase was 1.8%, as in 1.8x. Apart from that, 2x was the volume growth. And not only that, but it is a consistent. So contribution earlier, it was around 1 to 2%, which has gone up to 11%. So in the beverage category. So from the regular Coke, we are actually trying to cannibalize, but we are actually doing the premiumization, and the Diets and Lights is growing. Diets and Lights, the entire Coke Zero portfolio, as well as the Diets portfolio. So this is all about the campaign and the partnership. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shortest distance between desire and consumption. In demonstration, completely here, that's the charm of quick commerce, isn't it?
Of course, yes. And one observation while everybody, and I know on the tables it's Ava available. I saw you carry your brand water. I love the commitment to your own brand. I think what was another trend or pattern that I just saw, while brands work with the retailers or retailers to build their products in store, like it happened in case of the instant tea or on the platform. But I think I also heard in these two cases how the brands and the retailers came together to build the entire segment or the category outside the store or beyond the platform itself. Yeah. So actually coming together and helping drive either traffic or building a category for the retailer in case of Red Label and in case of Coke. So which was great. Yes, you do the partnership in the store for the volumes, but also for the consumers beyond the platform, which was a great trend I saw in these two cases, which is brilliant. And that's what the whole, yes, I know brand kisi ka, whatever, retailer kisi ka saga nahi hota hai, but brand consumer ka hamesha saga hota hai, and it drives the traffic to both the retail and the e-tail. So good job by both of you.
One wish for me to leave behind with you. Next time try buy two get one free and chill delivered both. Retailers will always say dil mange more, isn't it? Sorry, wrong line.
wrong line.
Let's do kuch tufani karte hain. So maybe tufani would be the right thing.
Yes.
Good, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Dheeraj,
Oh.
I wonder if from this are going to be people who are going to be receiving the final awards for the partnership. I wonder if all that we did and asked them has any influence on the final who is going to win or not.
The answer to that is no. The decisions are already done. Now it's time to gracefully step down DM and hand it over to the jury to announce these awards.
Let's move.
Yes, of
Thank
course.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.